Have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt smaller than everyone else? Or replayed one small mistake in your head for days? Or maybe you constantly feel like you're not enough, not smart enough, not attractive enough, not successful enough. Low self esteem doesn't always look obvious. Sometimes it hides in your habits, relationships, and behavior. Low self esteem doesn't start with one big dramatic moment, it builds slowly. You might have been compared to others a lot while growing up. You might have been praised only when you did something well. So you started believing you have to achieve something to be valued. When you shared your feelings, they might have not been taken seriously, or you were often criticized for the smallest mistake. Over time, things like this can slowly make you doubt yourself and feel like you're not good enough. And without even realizing it, your brain started connecting love with performance and mistakes with rejection. So you adapted, you tried to become more agreeable, perfect, or quiet, and slowly other people's voices became your inner voice. What started as external criticism turned into self criticism. But here's the truth: low self esteem is not your personality, it's something you have learned. And today we are going to talk about 10 signs you might be carrying it without even realizing. You constantly seek validation. You don't trust your own opinion, so you ask, was that okay? Do you think I did well? Are you mad at me? You feel good, but only when someone else approves of you. Your mood depends on compliments. Your confidence depends on reassurance. Deep down, you don't believe you're enough unless someone else confirms it. You apologize for everything. You say sorry for asking questions, expressing your opinions, and even when something's not your fault. Someone misunderstands you. Sorry, I explained it badly. A friend is in a bad mood. Did I do something wrong? I'm sorry. Sorry, this idea might be stupid. You automatically assume you are the problem. But here's the shift: not every uncomfortable moment is your fault. Not every disagreement means you did something wrong. And you don't need to apologize for having boundaries, opinions, or needs. You struggle to accept compliments. Someone says you did great, and you immediately reply, oh, it was nothing. I just got lucky. Anyone could have done it. You ignore praise because it doesn't match your internal story where you tell yourself, I'm not good enough or capable of doing anything great. If you truly believed you were capable, you would say thank you. It is as simple as that. You compare yourself to everyone. Scrolling through social media feels like self-torture. You see someone more successful, more attractive, more confident, and instead of feeling inspired, you feel smaller. Comparison becomes automatic. You measure your behind the scenes against everyone else's highlights. The moment you stop competing and start focusing on your own lane, that's when confidence quietly begins to grow. You avoid taking risks. You don't apply for a job, you don't start a new activity, you don't raise your hand in a classroom, and you never speak up. Why? Because what if you fail? Low self-esteem makes you feel like if you fail, it will prove that the negative things you think about yourself are true. So you stay in your comfort zone, not because you are lazy, but because you are afraid of proving yourself right. You stay in unhealthy relationships. This one is sad. You tolerate disrespect, emotional neglect, and bare minimum effort because deep down you think maybe this is the best I can get. Low self-esteem doesn't just affect how you see yourself, it affects what you believe you deserve. And when you don't believe you deserve better, you accept less. You overthink small mistakes. You send a message, no reply for 2 hours, suddenly your brain says, I said something wrong. They hate me. Why did I send that message? It's so stupid. You replay conversations, you analyze tone, and you assume the worst. Instead of thinking they are probably busy, you think I have messed up. Low self-esteem turns small moments into personal attacks. You are extremely sensitive to criticism. Even constructive feedback feels like rejection. Someone corrects you, and instead of thinking, okay, I can improve this, your mind jumps to, I'm not good enough. It doesn't feel like advice, it feels like rejection. With healthy self-esteem, you can say, I made a mistake. But with low self-esteem, it quickly turns into, I am the mistake. And when the line gets blurry, every small correction starts to feel much bigger than it actually is. You downplay your needs. You often say, it's fine, I don't mind, whatever you want. You are scared that expressing your needs will make you difficult, dramatic, or too much. So you shrink, you become easy to keep around. But constantly ignoring yourself to keep others comfortable is a silent sign of low self worth. Your inner voice is harsh. This is the biggest one. Your inner dialogue sounds like, "You're so stupid. Why are you like this? You only make mistakes." Low self esteem is not always loud insecurity. Sometimes it's quiet self criticism on repeat. You're always people pleasing. You say yes when you want to say no. You agree even when you don't fully agree. And you tell yourself it's fine, I don't mind, even when you do. People pleasing often looks like kindness, but sometimes it's fear. Fear of disappointing someone, fear of being disliked, fear of conflict. So you become easy, flexible, and low maintenance. Healthy self-esteem says, I can be kind and still have boundaries. Low self-esteem says, if they are happy, I will be accepted. You always doubt yourself. You make a decision and then immediately question it. Was it the right choice? Maybe I should have said something else. What if I messed this up? You don't trust your judgment, you don't trust your abilities. Sometimes you don't even trust your own feelings. So you double check everything. You ask 5 people for advice. You hesitate before taking simple steps. Healthy self-esteem says, I might not be perfect, but I can handle it. Low self-esteem says, what if I cannot? And when self-doubt runs your life, you end up shrinking your potential, not because you lack talent, but because you lack trust in yourself. Low self-esteem is not who you are, it's just something you picked up along the way. And the good news is, you can slowly let it go. You deserve respect, love, opportunities, and space, not because you proved yourself or you're perfect, but simply because you're human, and that's more than enough.